Hey guys, so for this week assignment we had to focus on students who did not speak English and how to reach out to their families. So for the first student that I had Esteban Cristiano, who is a Colombian. He's 6 years old. He actually got held up back to kindergarten to learn the basic reading skills. He was at that age where it's just barely enough to go to first grade, but given the test that the school had given him, we decided to hold him back to kindergarten. So he's with me in kindergarten. I'm very excited to have him. Esteban is currently living with his aunt and uncle, who are his guardians for this meeting, so I'll be sure to address them accordingly. A little bit about Esteban's family. His uncle Ignacio had recently moved the family from Texas on over to Florida. When they arrived from Texas, they were actually there only just 6 weeks. So they've been in Florida for about 6 months now. So altogether, give it 8-9 months that he's only been in the US. So the poor guy has been moved all around and he barely knows any English. So neither the uncle nor the aunt has picked up enough English to make this parent-teacher conference in English, and I'm fluent enough in Spanish that we'll just conduct it all in Spanish. That way we're all on the same page. As I understood before reviewing the key topics of the meeting, I will find the proper translations for the procedures and the assignments. Sometimes it doesn't matter how fluent you are in a language, certain words, certain specific procedures that the school has, you're gonna have to think a little bit before you tell the parent what the word is. So I'll think of those before the meeting, and I'll have a list right in front of me in order to refresh my own memory. From my research done before this meeting, I've realized that a lot of Spanish-speaking families, they view these parent-teacher conferences as kind of like embarrassing, like the kid did something bad. So they may go in thinking that the kid's in trouble, and that is not at all what I want them to feel. I want them to feel that Esteban is in a good place, that he is a good kid. He just, he's struggling a little bit, just as is expected, and these parent-teacher conferences are normal. I want them to feel like it's just that we're a team, and as a team we need to get together and touch base so that we're all on the same page. So what I'm gonna do is just clear the air, let them know Esteban is not in trouble, that this is just to help him out. I'm also gonna print out an all Spanish list of the key topics, like introduction and reading, and how's his math, and how's his behavior, how's he doing in PE, how's he doing in all these different areas, socially, and is he eating okay, is he finding his way, is he being bullied, is he bullying kids, different things like that will be addressed. That way the family knows, I wonder if we're going to talk about this. That way his uncle or his aunt's not thinking, man, I wonder if they're going to go over this. And then halfway through that list, I'll have spaces where either the uncle can talk or the aunt can talk, and even Esteban himself, he can talk, he can defend himself, and let him know how he feels, how he would like to further his academics, how he feels about certain kids in the classroom. So it's very important that they all know that they all are going to get a turn. It's not a monologue, it is a dialogue. So I would kind of try to end the meeting with some sort of funny story or interesting story about Esteban, about I'm sure all teachers have interesting stories about each of their students. I mean, let's face it, every kid is unique, and there'll definitely be stories about a culture-shocked Colombian, and that sort of thing sort of breaks the ice. It also leaves them with this teacher really does care. It's not all about just following some sort of protocol, just filling the blanks. It's more of a connection, it's more genuine. So in closing, I would let them know that my doors are always open, that my email is always there, that they can always contact me during office hours. I'd be more than happy talk to any of them in Spanish or in English or in private, however they would like. The second student that I would like to bring up is Jean-Pierre Toulouk, who is a very shy French student who mostly smiles whenever I try to speak with him and address him. And I think that this miscommunication may have something to do with his grade slipping. So I definitely want to address that. They're slipping to the point where even with my limited French, I was able to learn French for 3 years in school. I've had friends and we communicate just fine. Even with me trying to communicate with him, he's still slipping, and it's a little bit out of the ordinary. Now, he has recently arrived to the US. His father, Adrien Toulouk, is a researcher for an international orange juice company, and he is so busy. Jean-Pierre is almost always with his nanny. So on this rare occasion, I was able to catch Monsieur Toulouk on the phone and was able to pull him from his busy schedule and get him to actually come in. So I'm actually really excited. This meeting has been long overdue. Monsieur Toulouk is fluent enough that the meeting could have been done in English. However, due to Jean-Pierre's timidness and his lack of English skills, I don't want the student to feel overwhelmed, like, oh, my dad and my teacher, I must be in trouble, they're speaking a language I don't understand. So I'm going to try my best to use as much French as I can. I'm going to research phrases, words, even more so than with my Spanish speaking families, since French is nowhere near my primary language, and get very well prepared for this meeting. I'm also going to have those bullet points where I'm going to let them know in French and in English that list, how Jean-Pierre Toulouk is doing academics, socially, how he's doing at lunch, how he's doing at PE, how he's doing in reading, how he's doing in social studies. We're going to address his timidness. We're going to address possibly how this new life is affecting him, psychologically, how his language skills may be hurting a little bit. And I'm going to address Monsieur Toulouk, letting him know that, hey, as I'm speaking French with you right now, this is the same way I speak with your son. So I don't think it's a language issue anymore. I do believe that we have to involve, if we're not able to find a solution in this meeting or soon enough, I'm going to have to involve the student counselors and the principals and the deans and get more into the root of this problem. So hopefully we're able to resolve that. I'm very much looking forward to it. And just as I ended with Esteban, I would also do Jean-Pierre. Like I said, every student has a funny, interesting story. Every parent is willing to listen. They actually crave it, hearing about how their kids are when they're not around and how they're doing. So I would also end letting them know that I'm always reachable by email, by phone, by text message. That's a new thing now. And let him know that this meeting, though it does seem a bit negative, is for Jean-Pierre's benefit. So hopefully he'll see it that way, and hopefully we're able to make a bridge, and we'll have that trust built between Monsieur Toulouk, Jean-Pierre, and me. So that's how I would handle it, guys, and I very much look forward to seeing your videos. Hopefully they're not as long as mine, but thank you for watching, guys. Take good care. Bye.